Give Local York collected over $3,500,000 from a very giving community last year, in a year when COVID had a tremendous effect on all of us. And they're going to have May 7th, again, is the big give this year, and you can give money to help some of these great nonprofits. And there is none more important this past year, no bigger heroes. We helped with a Give Green program here a little bit back, I guess, around St. Patrick's Day. We're talking about the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, and Joe Arthur, our executive director, is with us here this morning to talk about this nonprofit and what they've done the past year. And Joe, thank you for what you've done for people out there all around Central Pennsylvania, but specifically here in York County, where more than 63,000 people are helped from the York community. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Gary.
Always an honor to have you aboard. And I'll tell you what, you guys have done yeoman duty this past year. You continue to do it, but obviously your group is in there and the Give Local York nonprofit for May 7th, and I can't think of a more important place to give right now. Talk a little bit about what your group does with those monies.
Yeah, York County is very important to us. It's one of the largest counties of distribution for us. And we work with some amazing partners in York County, like York County Food Bank and New Hope Ministries and the like. And this past year is, as you've said, just a crazy year in terms of the amount of folks that needed help. But we're still helping. That hasn't gone by.
Right.
We're still at historic highs. So we do need folks' help on May the 7th.
We don't think normally about food insecurity, but that's something you talk about a lot on your website. Tell people a little bit about food insecurity. And for a lot of people, it was the first time they ever faced this dilemma, especially in this past year of COVID.
Yeah, so for most folks, we don't have to think a lot about whether or not when we go to the grocery store, we'll have enough to afford our groceries. We know things have gotten up and gotten expensive, but still we know we can do it. So if you're food insecure, you're worried about tomorrow, you're worried about next week. Are you going to be able to afford enough healthy groceries to have a healthy life? So it's pretty simple. If you're worried about that, you're probably food insecure.
Central Pennsylvania Food Bank serves over 200,000 people each month, of which more than 63,000 people I mentioned earlier are from the York community. And that's an increase over 40% from the previous year. And I know one of the things I remember from when we talked back in March, Joe, is that you anticipate this kind of number continuing on, or at least something similar to that, for at least the next 2 years. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, that is true, Gary. Things have gotten better, as the economy's starting to recover, but we're not there yet. So, we're figuring it's going to take about 2 years for a lot of the families that are struggling to kind of get back to where they were, 2 years ago. So, we just need folks' help. That's basically it. We're just asking folks to stay with us and keep supporting this mission.
Fighting hunger, improving lives, and strengthening communities. And one of the things that I also remember, Joe, and this really stuck out to me, for every dollar donated, you turn that into 6 meals. I mean, that impact goes beyond belief for a lot of us. Talk about that just for a moment, if you would.
Yeah, and that remains true even in the pandemic. It's because of our relationships with all of the grocers and, food producers and farmers and so forth. So we combined, our amazing buying power when we do purchase food with our ability to also get donations and even work with the USDA and our State Department of Agriculture. All of those relationships means we can produce 6 meals for every dollar of money that's donated.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make a difference in the lives of your neighbors, then the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank is one of the places you can do it. And on May 7th, the day of the big give, you can get involved. And Joe, where can they go to get to you and get a donation to you on that day, or that kind of thing?
Yeah, probably the easiest way is through our website. If you have access to the web, centralpafoodbank.org. We're also going to be on the radio on Friday the 7th, giving instructions for folks. That's the easiest way is through the web. But you can also call in 717-564-1700. And we're also going to be posted on the Give Local York's website, which is going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be there listed as well.
Well, we're looking forward to that day. We're going to be spending our whole morning with the Give Local York. And, again, givelocalyork.org. Go in there And if you want to, just search for Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, but you could also make your donation there that day on May 7th. Don't forget to give them great consideration as to where you're going to put your monies on May 7th, the day of the big give. Hey, Joe, thanks for the big give you guys have been giving all this past year with the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank. It just you're truly some of the heroes that walk among us. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Gary, and thank you to all the friends of the food bank.
Thank you so much. Joe Arthur in the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank. Check them out at givelocalyork.org. And don't forget, May 7th, the day of the big give.